Hello there.
General Kenobi!
After months of hype, LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy has finally released and I have a lot to say about it. So here's my review. Enjoy. So to start us off, the premise of an alternate Star Wars universe where everyone who's bad is good and vice versa is done really well and helps support the plot in a way that feels natural. The show is surrounded by references and in-jokes for fans who love the films, and the slapstick and meta humour we've come to expect from LEGO animation from the past few decades is well as present and as enjoyable as ever. The animation is amazing and really lifts us above the other LEGO Star Wars shorts on Disney+. If you've been thinking about watching this for a while now, I'd strongly recommend that you do. It's a hilarious take on a franchise that's suitable for all ages and it's definitely worth checking out when you have the time. Despite being I was still blown away by all the unique characters and vehicles, and the score is used fantastically throughout. The show has a few curveballs that I wasn't expecting, despite making a 7-minute video based around that, and the ending is satisfying, yet bittersweet. Even if you've seen all the trailers and TV spots, I guarantee that there'll be some references or characters that you weren't expecting. Okay, much like how I did this last time, spoilers ahead. First off, Boba Fett wasn't in it. The second most recognizable character in the franchise isn't even included. This wouldn't have been nearly as bad if his ship, Slave One, wasn't included.
If you're going to make a blockade run, we're going to need a pilot who doesn't know fear and a ship fast enough to outrace death itself.
I've got both.
What are you doing here? My fury is beyond measure! Try to measure it! I dare you! You cannot!
However, my opinion on this was really changed, being the most nonsensical aspect of the show to one of the best visual gags throughout, and The Mandalorian makes up for that by a mile. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, how they used Darth Jar Jar. I have a feeling, a prediction if you will, that the majority of complaints and criticisms that the show is going to get are going to be about Darth Jar Jar. For many, he is the sole reason why they were excited for it. And sure, he does get his moments.
This is wild! Darth Rose Kiko, Darth Nubs, Darth Kid Fisto, Darth Hammerhead? I'm sorry, I don't remember your name.
These are going to hurt you, sir.
Darth Jar Jar?
You should not go anywhere. Misa being the one to bring Darth Devastator the cornerstone. Misa the Phantom Menace. Misa always be the Phantom Menace.
But then he gets unceremoniously killed off.
How rude.
Darth Jar Jar? Ridiculous.
I understand the decision, but there was another way they could have kept him. Have him leave Darth Dev and go and join Rose and Rey. That way he survives, doesn't fight for the spotlight with Dev, and leaves fans happy. Now after all that, let's discuss the main characters. Cib Griebling is your average main hero. An underdog you're meant to root for, an arc revolving around his personal sacrifice, and trying to convince the main villain to turn to the light side. But he's also more than that. He's the fans. He's got intricate knowledge of the entire saga, and he's just as confused as we are. He's also the one who named Jedi Pop as an ode to how the community called him that name. In fact, let's talk about Jedi Pop.
If you keep calling me that, I am going to let us crash!
His backstory is phenomenal. It adds so much depth to both him and Cib, and explains a lot of his motivations and personality. It is an amazing plot twist and helps the show to have a bittersweet ending. I can't tell you how much nostalgia I got from the green base plate and the plastic truce. He is the highlight of the show for me. I know a lot of people are upset about how Jar Jar isn't the main villain, but I think that's fair when you've got someone like Darth Dev to fulfill that role. He's got aspects of the main villains of each trilogy, and he stops at nothing to get the cornerstone. It's interesting to see him accept that he's Sib's brother, and even his name is a twisted version of his predecessor. Instead of Dev as in developer, it's Dev as in Devastator. I'm really glad that he was in it, and I'm looking forward to Season 2. Is that Jedi Bob is part of the rebuilt galaxy. I have to guess, I'd say that these are holocrons. We did have 2 series based around them, after all. I sincerely believe that Jedi Bob will die in some way, shape, or form. I mean, he's who? Who is, or rather was, Jedi Bob? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, to respond to the allegations. I was wrong. Jedi Bob isn't Obi-Wan, and he doesn't die. I'm disappointed in myself, and when making videos like that in the future, I'll make sure to put you guys first. I'd like to thank all of my real fans for sticking with me through this process, and I will discuss more in my upcoming video. I worked for translucent blue cylinders, and they had no real impact on the story at all. Wait, can we reshoot? I forgot my ukulele. Anyways, that's all for this video. Poll results are in, and, the clear and undeniable winner is the controversy surrounding video game movie adaptations by a large margin. That'll be out next week. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all later.